What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916. You tune into another edition of Prison Talk. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like, share the channel. Man, I have a legend with me here today, the homie China Mac, and I've been trying to get him on the channel for a minute, and I wanted to kick some game with you guys. As you know, I've been telling you guys for a minute, man, that you out there putting your shit on Instagram, promoting your crime, thinking it's all fly and dandy, and you see what happened to Young Thug. You know, China Mac, I know you spit a lot of game too, talking about like these cats, man, they don't understand the game and how these indictments and cases work, man. You know, what is your whole take on what's going on with Young Thug, Gunna, and what's to come with all these dudes kind of, you know, exposing themselves in their hoods, man?
I think it's a trap. I think it's a trap. I think that, you know, it looks good. It looks like shiny. It looks like it's, you know, you're making money. You get the girls. You get all that. But it's in reality, you know, there's no future in that. You know, so you think you're actually getting something that is providing you value, but is actually, you know, is actually costing you a lot, and it's playing to the hand of the devil. It's playing to the hand of the oppressor. It's playing to the hand of whoever wants, you know, because prison is a business. You know what I mean? Prison is not for rehabilitation. You know, prison is a complete business. They need people in these prisons. You know, these prisons provide jobs for people that would be otherwise farming or whatever else they would be doing. These prison complexes create 2,000 plus jobs each prison, right? The state, they make money off of each prisoner. Prisons make goods, right? Prisoners make in New York City, in New York State, they make hubcaps. All the hubcaps, like the manholes that you see in the state, is made from prison. License plates, they come from Auburn Correctional Facility. So there's goods coming out of these places. There's money being made, and it's off of our mistakes, you know, that they prey on. And when I say they, I mean whoever's benefiting off of this stuff.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, with hip hop and with the culture that, you know, that is popular, it's really working for not the people. It's working for the people, the oppressors.
Well, I remember you saying at one point in one of the interviews I watched that they don't want to hear the positive, and I know you kick a lot of game in your music, and I can recall even when I was younger, growing up, listening to EPMD, Special Ed, Kwame. You know, it used to be that you couldn't show guns in videos, you couldn't those gang signs and all that stuff, but now it's almost like I tell people it's a commercial for prison because you can't advertise to go to you can advertise to go to Walmart, but you can't advertise, hey, prison, you got free bed, free meals, you're gonna get a job, you know, blah, blah, blah. So they have to indirectly get you to do something that's gonna create a circumstance which is gonna lead to you going to prison, which is, you know, you get caught first offense, most of these guys is having a firearm without a license. And then from there, you get caught with some weed or some drugs, and then now you're a two-time felon.
Right. I mean, like I said, man, I mean, because of this, I really stopped making music. You know, I'm just not interested in the music anymore like that because, you know, I feel like hip-hop right now, where it stands for the majority, we work for the devil. Like, you know, hip-hop works for the devil. Hip-hop promotes the stuff that is leading our youth, you know, to graves, early graves. Hip hop is leading our people to prisons, right? And I feel like I understand that, and I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to partake in that anymore. Maybe it'd be different if I was making millions and millions of dollars off of music, right? Because I'm not but maybe it'd be different. But I know rappers feel like that. I know they see it. I know they feel it. I know, but because the money is the money is the factor that makes you say it's okay. I have to feed my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at what point is it, at what point do we say, feeding myself and my family is important, but is it more important than leading an entire like community or entire people to, some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it is, but it's hard to tell somebody that when they're feeding their family, and that's how they make their money. And you could, like you said, like I could say something positive in my music, and it won't do nothing, right? It won't do nothing. People aren't interested in listening to that now. You know what I mean? People are interested in the bullshit. You know what I mean? People, if I'm rapping about the community, I'm rapping about just doing good things for the people, that ain't gonna get nothing but 10 views.
Yeah.
Right? And those 10 views is gonna come from my aunt, my mom, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm talking about shooting somebody, if I talk about, Big Hurt, fuck you, use it, whatever, I'm gonna shoot you in your face. Oh my God, that's gonna be the biggest. That's gonna be the biggest. I guarantee that video or whatever I do is gonna be the biggest thing for both of us in a while.
And it creates the beef.
It creates the beef. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what galvanizes the people. That's what moves the people. You know what I mean? And
it's almost like they took a page out of the Biggie Tupac, and remember it died down. It was almost rare to hear about something like that happen again. But they like, hold on, how much money? We still making money 2 decades later off of Tupac and Biggie beef? Let's kick it back up. And then now you got Clubhouse. Dudes on there just telling all their business, and they just recording that thing.
Right.
Cross-referencing with your IG, with your Facebook to see, if this happened on this day when he said this. I mean, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy. It is crazy. It's crazy that our youth are seeing this shit, and it's us, it's people our age. That's like, it's our job to be checking the youth, man, to like really guide them right. But I don't know what happened. I don't know where the disconnect came, because now it seems like people our age are scared of the youth. Like,
well, too, I think like us growing up, we used to we had OGs, but then having had like some type of mentor, and him kind of like popping in our ear a little bit, even though we made mistakes. But now, like, if I say something, I'm a square, I'm a cornball, I'm a sell, because I'm not really pushing that agenda. But I look at things differently. Like, I knew what they were trying to tell me now, but I didn't listen. Like, you matured, and you're not the same person you were when you were 18, 19, where you were looking at things different. But in retrospect, if I could have maybe listened a little bit, it could have changed my trajectory of life.
Right. And the same goes for us. I don't really feel like it's that much different than when we was coming up, because we were doing the same dumb shit. If we had internet and social media at the time when we were coming up, I'm sure we would be partaking in the same dumb shit.
Yeah.
So it's just, I feel like it's the same thing, but just now with the social media, it's the reach is stronger for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy. Like, you just see it more often, and our kids are just like mind fucked by it. Like the other day I was in Canarsie, Brooklyn, with my guy Bear. He was a manager for Pop Smoke, and I was in Canarsie, Brooklyn with them, and a bunch of kids came and they saw the camera. And they just started like turning up, and they started throwing like gang signs. These kids was 10 years old, 13 years old. They in the camera with the guns, like not real guns, but they got their finger guns, and they're like this, and it's like, this is what our rappers promote. You know what I mean? This is what Young Thug promotes. This is what Lil Durk promotes. This is what all of these rappers promote. You know what I mean? These are our heroes. These are our kids' heroes. This is who they look up to. You know, so they don't know enough. These kids don't know shit. They're just emulating.
That's right.
They're emulating. They're seeing what they and then they're just acting it out. You know, it's all play for them. You know, and when one of the kids did that, Bear, I kind of looked at Bear, and Bear looked at me, and he was like, "Yo, no gun signals, none of that shit, no slap, none of that. We're just gonna take a normal picture, like a man." You know what I mean? And I saw that, and I was like, "Okay, that's what we need." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need when you see a kid doing some dumb shit, we need our elder, we need the people that know better to say, "Hey, pull them to the side. Hey, you know, this is what you're doing." You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand. So, you know, yeah, we more of us need to be doing our job. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like enough of us are doing it.
No, I totally agree. I think if you had that constant reaffirmation, like seeing that with somebody checking you, or even like some of these hip hop figures. I mean, I've seen an old video where they show Young Thug, you know, where they're going back through all his IG, where he had looked like a Glock or something. He had a little baby, probably 3 years old, and they were throwing up, you know, gang signs, and the baby was blurred out. But I'm like, you know, you're teaching a kid so young, and I can recall in YA, juvenile hall, I remember dudes like straight going through the child line. They 12 years old banging, you know, and the dude little kid asked me one time, I was 15, he was probably 12. He's like, "Oh man, how many top ramen you eat a day to get big, man? How many push-ups, blah, blah, blah." You're already programmed for that life. And that's what that kid is trying to emulate. And I didn't really trip off it when I was young. I'm young too. So as I got older, and then I'm reflecting back on all the stages of me getting to the point where I went to the feds, I'm like, damn, man, that's crazy. I wonder if there's something I could have said or did differently to change that path. Because, you know, here I was, you know, doing these things that I was trying to, you know, copycat the big homies, and, you know, went from like skateboarding, BMX, and, you know, trying to be a thug. And it's you got to, you know, what you're exposed to and what you're around makes such a big impression. It's like growing up when I grew up in Sacramento, then moving to Orange County, and then seeing everybody out there on some different time. And I'm like, damn, these kids out here, they don't care about the new Jordans. They don't. Most of these dudes ain't even had sex yet. They're just going to school and talking about college and sports. And I'm like, it was a culture shock. You know, nobody was gang banging. Most kids had never been in a fight. It was a totally different bubble. And I'm not to say that's any, you know, any worse or any better. You know, being a square is better than being a hood dude. But to see and put it in perspective, that's what I try to translate when I put these videos out, so kids can see, like, it's all right if you want to be a square, be an artist, be somebody. You don't got to fight everybody, get beat up, pull a gun. I mean, there's other things that life has to offer that doesn't make you soft, you know, because that's the term. You're soft if you ain't doing this. And you know, and like you said, hip hop is the biggest influence, because, you know, you got countries where they don't even speak English and they know hip hop, you know.
Right.
So
right. And I have like, you know, people tell me, you know, a lot of people disagree with when I say music music really controls the state of our, you know, our youth, you know, our people. Music, hip hop, you know, and people disagree. People like, oh, you know, and I used to disagree too when I was in hip hop. Like when I was making music, I'd be like, well, you know, people make their own choice, you know, and what's the difference between a song and a movie? Like, it's the same shit, you know, and it is the same shit, you know, but music has a different frequency than a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, a movie is one thing, and movies and cartoons and all of that shit, it also plays, you know, it also has an effect on our brains, our people, you know, our youth. But what also has an effect, music is different. Music is a frequency, the beats, the sounds, the energy that you take from the music. You know, it does something else, especially like certain songs. It's like an anthem, and it just keeps on playing. And I remember, like, you know, I did a lot of stuff because I heard it in music. You know, I did certain things because Jay-Z said it. You know, and I was like, okay, Jay-Z said it, so I thought that way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, DMX said that, so I thought that way, you know, because I felt like I was influenced. You know what I'm saying? And music does have a big influence, and and people know that. Like the people that have control know this. Like they know, they know this. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like, it goes back to being a business, and I feel like people like Young Thug, and it's sad that happened to that brother. And I hope he finds a way out. But I hope also, what I do hope is, I hope he's in there right now thinking about, I know he is. You know what I mean? If he gets to get out, I hope that this gives him a revelation, like it gave me a revelation. You know what I'm saying? I hope that this time sitting down, he's thinking about what Wallow said to him in an interview. Wallow said some fucking dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Wallow said some real shit. And by that time when he said it to Young Thug, it was too late already. They already had 10 years of fucking investigation already. So it wasn't like he could have really do anything different at that point. But, we have a responsibility to our youth. We have a responsibility to people looking up at us, and we have to know that. We have to know that we have that responsibility, and we have to make decisions that are not just beneficial for us and our family, but also beneficial for the people. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the people that's paying you. Those are people that whether you like it or not, once you have that platform, you become a leader. And we have to, when we have these platforms and we are leaders, we have to pay attention to what's going on. We have to lead correctly. So, I look at your channel. I mean, I see your channel, my channel. I don't think it's not the youth that's watching our channels, right? Like it's more like, I'm sure some youth watch our channels, but majority is people like us that can relate to what, you know what I'm saying? The youth ain't listening. They ain't trying to listen to that shit right now. Like, you know what I mean? They're focused on the other shit. They're focused on the shit that, the more, whatever
turn
they're
up.
into. Yeah, the turn up shit, So our channels, what we need to understand is who we speak to, right? We speak to people like us. So what we need to do is tell people like us that it's our job to direct the youth in whatever manner we can. May it be on platforms, may it be talking, whatever, and it's important. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I'm glad you had the opportunity to come and spit that, because like I said, it's more individuals who have been through our situations, different cultures, sharing their experience, and I think it's like hearing it from different mouths. They can be like, oh well, shit, he said the same thing Big Herc said, and oh, they said the same thing China Mac. It puts it into perspective, because a lot of kids, they look at me like, oh man, and then when you talk to them, then they kind of, like you said, they kind of check themselves and wisen up. But it's just going to take time, man. And the demographics is different as you get older. You don't think the same as you did when you're 20, 21, 22. And you kind of grow out of that. But the more we do stuff like this, I think the more it's going to help the young people, man. So I think it's a great conversation, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a great conversation. It's a necessary conversation. And I look at that shit like, it's my duty to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came here, I came here to do your show because I understood the necessity for it. You know what I'm saying? So I do that for nothing. On my own dime, I do it. Come here, because I feel like it's my job. You know what I'm saying? Like it's my responsibility to do this. You know what I mean? To shed light on things that I learned throughout my experiences, my mistakes, my fuck ups and all that. And my mistakes and my fuck ups cost me. It's costly. Like, when you fuck up, man, all it takes is one bad decision. All it takes is one bad decision. You make one bad decision, and if it's bad enough, that shit will change your life forever. It will change the scope, the direction. It will change everything. Just off of one bad decision. So, why, if I made that decision, I feel like it's my duty to let people know my fuck ups and my mistakes and what I've learned through those experiences, so maybe I could prevent 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 people to not make the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Even if I change some, some people like directions, that's a job well done. That's something that I could live with. That's something that I feel like is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I spent 10 years straight in prison, but I spent a shitload of time in and out the system. You know what I'm saying? And that, I learned my shit. I went through my shit. I am who I am. So it is what it is, right? And I accept that. But I do feel like I wasted a lot of time. I do feel like I threw a lot of time away. You know what I mean? And when I'm sitting here talking to you about these things and using my platform to talk about these things, it makes it feel like it's kind of worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like at least I'm getting something back, or I'm giving something back. You know what I'm saying? And there's value to it. And I do this, because I care, because I don't want other kids to go through what I've been through. Like fucking, 10 years in that prison system is crazy, bro. One year in that prison system is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Why do that shit? It's unnecessary.
Hey, and there you have it. Big Hurt, China Mac, fresh out prison talk.